free throw. You see that reflected more than even some expected coming in here. Been that way. In fact, Mark Daigneault, who was an assistant last year for the Thunder, said this about him. He's a feisty ball of energy that's truly engaged in competition. There's not a possession where he's not ready to compete, and that's contagious, Phil and Stu.
Very contagious, and I mean, he's just been remarkable throughout the season, despite the fact that he had a couple of games, maybe starting with the one against his former mates, where he didn't produce as we've become accustomed to seeing.
Well, first possession is a turnover for LeBron. He hit those two dagger threes in the second overtime the other night to beat Detroit. Boy, Detroit played them tough in those two. Marc Gasol had 5 points the other night. Looks like he's got a new haircut, too. Here's Schroeder all the way. Scoop cannot score. He's going to Oklahoma City Blue. In the first minute, and the Lakers on a Schroeder free throw up 1-0.
Well, Dennis keeps his free throw stream going as he knocks down the first two of the game.
And how about Dort? That's 2 fouls in 45 seconds. And he's got the basketball. That's not the way you want to start a game. Now you've only basically got 4 for the entire contest. Al Horford, you mentioned it, Stu. He's resting on back-to-backs. The wily veteran. Plus, he missed 6 games. His 4th child, a daughter, was born, so he was out being a dad. LeBron, career high in three-point percentage, leads his team in the most three-pointers. That's the top of the key, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they call him SGA. He's got it. That's Bazley for 3. The 20-year-old.
Yeah, just dribbled into a three-pointer that time. Nobody picked him up in semi-transition.
Bazley's the guy that after high school didn't go to college and interned. Remember what I said he did last time, Stu, and they played him at OKC.
What did you say he did?
Yeah, remember I said he skipped high school. Here is Marquise
Came out of June. So I'm going to bypass high school and go straight to the NBA.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where you misspeak. Here's one from 3 that's going to dip and come out. So it'll be interesting to see how Marquise plays tonight. It's been a while. Nearly a handful of games. KCP, I heard James talking about him in the pregame show, how he's been on a bit of a downturn, and he might be due tonight.
Well, he has been on a little bit of a downturn, and there's no question about it, but a lot of it is he doesn't get involved in the offense a lot of the times. If the ball isn't moving side to side, then he gets stranded on that island by himself.
Now Bazley, the spin in the... Again, averaged off the bench over 18 last year.
Dennis has to start a new free throw string here as he missed the first, makes the second.
So that was good for the course of a few games. And Schroeder on the year is an 84%er. Dort leaves it now for Hamidou Diallo. Was a slam dunk champ a couple of years back. So he can play above the rim. Taken out by the Lakers. Here they come with LeBron James. He had another 30-point-plus game the other night. LeBron holding on to it. Pull up from 17, and he's got his first basket of this evening.
Well, Dort is trying to go under most of the screens that Mark is setting, and LeBron's just taking his time and measuring now.
AD and LeBron combined for 63 points in that 135-129 win, and OKC answers right back. And KCP quickly in with the left hand.
That was a nice shot by KCP because he got some contact and a challenge there from Al Horford.
Had just 4 points on Saturday in that double OT win. Horford, top of the key. Horford, top of the key. By the time that one rolls around, KD will be back and playing. Hopefully. You would think. And they would hope. Remember the Lakers won at OKC on January 13th. That was a blowout, 128-99. LeBron had 28, including 11 in the third quarter. Lakers led by as many as 24 in the first half. They rolled a 31-point lead. KCP has it blocked, but that's a goaltend.
Good action on the weak side as KCP curls off the screen and gets the assist from LeBron for the deuce.
Well, remember the last time, Stu, the Lakers played without AD. They lost in Detroit. You got to learn to play without the big fella. SGA, this is the 5th game he has missed this year. Baisley driving on Keith. He gets it back once, twice, third time, no. Fourth opportunity, score it, count it. About it right at the beginning. They are the worst, or one of the worst, offensive rebounding teams in the entire NBA. When you look at the percentage, they have a lot of misses because they're not a good shooting team. This is really one of the weakest offenses so far this year in the NBA.
Yo, Legal D.
Yeah, on OKC. That'll be a free throw, and the Peter will go there.
Hey, that's on them. I mean, if Schroeder's going to let that happen, that's on him.
And I said when LeBron wants it,
there'd be an
LeBron
argument.
6-4 at home. They still possess the best road record in the NBA easily at 12-2. This is the third winning streak of at least 4 games this year. LBJ comes up short. That is volleyball. They're slapped out of that ball, and OKC will have control of it. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Thunder just wrapped up a 5-game homestand. Mentioned they're hovering around the 500 mark. They split their 4 games last week. Going to be a foul with CP3. They went 7 in the bubble with Houston in the playoffs. Really gave them a scare. But this is a brand new team. Baisley. They got a ton of draft capital. With the right hand, the offhand, that's pretty stuff.
Boy, he showed that was really nice spin all the way, so he throws it under the arm with the right hand. Nice play.
He also has back-to-back double-doubles. He's starting to warm up. Schroeder, kick it. Markieff starting tonight for the...
It was a little low for the start this game for the Lakers, and of course the Thunder, they're all jacked up.
Well, 22 turnovers the other night, and that wasn't even because it was in double overtime. And they're getting to the rim.
Well, again, when you don't have a legitimate shot blocker or position defenders in the low post, it's a lot easier for them to maneuver.
Gilgeous-Alexander is 7th in the entire league in layups, and the Lakers are going to turn it over again.
And LeBron in the backcourt.
Yeah, and you've got Alex not playing tonight, too, so the rotations are completely upside down this evening. And you have 2 of your mainstays not available. Horford, mid-range, hits the heel, rebound, Markieff Morris. Mentioned Markieff had his 5th DMP the other night, 4th in a row. On its way for 3, gets knocked down. He's going to be shooting. All right, Lakers' second best record in the NBA, second best in the West.
Throw coming after knocking down the first 2.
Drawing fouls while shooting.
Yeah, so Frank Vogel challenged his team a couple days ago in film, Billy, because they kept seeing all these opportunities where they were getting defenders up in the air on 3-point attempts and not leaning in and getting that foul. Kuzma was the guy that paid it off last game. It was supposed to result in a day off in practice for him, although the team in general had the day off in practice. So everybody got a day off, but Kuzma did get the prize. We'll see if Marquise Morris gets one after that.
Yeah, I heard him talk about that in the postgame the other night, and that's why the bench was going nuts when Kuzma leaned in and got that call and then went to the free throw line. But once again, at the rim, Stu, OKC scores.
OKC shooting 63% from the field, so the Lakers aren't able to get the...
That pretty much sums up the beginning of this game for the Lakers right there. That body language of Marc Gasol. Well, the Lakers have the 5 on the floor. Matthews, catch, shoot, not there, long rebound. THT has it, but throws it out of bounds.
He's about 6 feet away from him to just throw it to him.
This is the 3rd worst offense against the number 1 defense tonight. Lakers number 1 by a wide margin, and they show it there. Defense to offense, and Kuz with the 2-hand slam on the break.
And this is where they're going to have to get their energy going. I talked about they get their energy on the defensive end, makes their offense that much easier.
And a block by Wes Matthews. So 2 good defensive plays by the Lakers, and they've got it again. Down by 7 first quarter. LeBron looks to bounce to Montrez. Gilgeous-Alexander will get it right back on the 2-man game. Got it back from Jackson. Who's going to get it back from him? Jackson attacks. He goes all the way and blocked by Horton Tucker.
At 12% improvement? That's remarkable. Because he's not a 3-point shooter.
By the way, if you're wondering about LeBron, he's up 6% and has his career high currently. Williams, who played last year with the Pelicans, shoots a mid-range jumper. Rebound now to Talen Horton Tucker. The Lakers will attack. Middle of the pack defensively for this OKC team. And looking at them efficiency-wise. Kuz comes around a pick. On its way, down it goes. He's got it, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Kuzma.
I mean, and he was under a little bit of duress there. Shea Alexander really did a pretty good job of challenging without fouling.
On cue, as we talked about him, he splashes one home. We'll see Schroeder come back in a moment. First quarter action, Gilgeous-Alexander crosses over. THT stays with him. Baisley is got it on this side, going to fire it up and in. Darius Baisley.
And, Baisley's had a couple of those fall for him now, and they've been open shots where he really has had any kind of duress.
Yeah, here's the deal with OKC. They shoot a lot of threes. They just don't make a good percentage. Kuzma rides it up, can't score. Taken by Baisley. They have the second worst three-point shooting percentage, but they actually make more threes per game than the Lakers. Williams forgot the basketball for a moment. Matthews stayed with them. Count of it goes, and one. Had a season-high 9 rebounds. Makes sense, right? The other night in their game. They beat Minnesota Saturday 120-118. Montrez, good patience, and he scores off the window.
Nice little roll and a nice look by Kuz.
This OKC team scored 83 points in the first half against Minnesota the other night. 83. Jackson leans in, count it.
Another three.
So Justin Jackson, he wears that number 44. You know who in honor of, Stu?
Who's that in honor of?
The Iceman, George Gervin. Good choice by Jackson.
Yeah, nice choice.
Kuzma forgot the basketball. Another Laker turnover. Baisley, that's a bad pass.
Very bad.
Taken by Taylor Horton-Tucker.
He threw that up for grabs.
Yeah, and THT's going to take advantage of it, or maybe not. Out of bounds, it was
17's best shot because you're the Lakers. Now you add the fact in that they're now again the defending champs, and double whammy.
It's a double bullseye. Bounce now to Trez. Trez is going to go to one dribble, spin, has to kick it out, and the Lakers are.
And there was nobody in that lane as the turnover ensued.
Now, I mentioned OKC had 83 in the first half the other night. Then they went to sleep, basically, and actually got caught by Minnesota before coming back and winning the game. Schroeder, he's going to attack the paint, drive, kick, catch, shoot, THT, not there. Good rebound. Doing work. Throw it down, big fella. Montrez.
Montrez learned from that last possession down. I get it underneath. I'm not going to throw it back out. I'm going to power it up.
Trez had 21 in the first meeting. Here's Baisley spinning to win.
2 free throws by Baisley, and they go back up by 9.
And I remember I got your pizza order wrong last time.
I hope you get it right this time.
No cheese or limited cheese.
Another turnover.
Yeah, and just bounced to no one as that spot was vacated by Schroeder.
But they just are out of sync completely.
You know, it's interesting. Lakers have shot 8 free throws. But it seems like OKC was shooting more. Gilgeous-Alexander backing up. He's going to get doubled up, goes around the double team, and throws it down himself. What double team? They got 33 in the first quarter. They had 43 in the first quarter the other night. Good pass to Matthews. He'll shoot free throws. Against Minnesota, had 31, 9, and 7 in his return to the lineup. And speaking of returning to the lineup,
wrinkles ironed out, because they've got some wrinkles in their game right now. They've got to get it ironed out, but you don't want to be down 20 when you decide to get it ironed out.
And again, it's a 2-game miniseries. Same 2 teams on Wednesday. Alexander pull up from 3, short. Kuzma rebound.
That was a 2-for-1.
Lakers almost could have worked it too. Kuzma in the corner. Rebound OKC, but now the shot clock is about 3 ahead of the game. So they'll work it all the way down. Gilgeous-Alexander has 9. Baisley has 12. Highest Laker has only 5, and that's Kuzma. Those 2 doing the brunt of the damage. Gilgeous-Alexander blocked by Kuz. Get it out of here. Taken down with 3, with 2. Trez with 1.5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Great break by the Lakers.
Thank you, Cal Kuzma. Prevents the